Did you know that just 10 days of bed rest can cause a 70-year-old to lose 5% of their leg muscle? That's not just a little weakness, that's strength gone almost overnight. Imagine going from confidently walking upstairs to suddenly struggling with basic movements. But here's the good news. There's one simple food, one that most seniors aren't eating enough of, that can literally protect your independence and keep you strong well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Stick with me because in this video, we're breaking down exactly what this food is, why it's so important for muscle health, and how you can use it to stay active, mobile, and independent. Now, let's talk about something that almost no one warns you about. Muscle loss after 60 is the silent threat to your independence. After the age of 60, your muscles don't just get weaker, they actually start to shrink. This condition is called sarcopenia, which is just a fancy term for age-related muscle loss. At first, it's so subtle that you barely notice it. Maybe you start walking a little slower. Maybe climbing stairs feels just a little more tiring than it used to. But here's the scary part. Over time, this muscle loss leads to falls, fractures, slower recovery from injuries, and worst of all, losing your ability to live independently. And while most people assume, oh, it's just part of aging, that's actually not the full story. Because new research shows that muscle loss isn't just about getting older. It's also about what's on your plate. Scientists have discovered that seniors who don't get enough of one specific nutrient are losing muscle at an alarming rate. And that nutrient is protein. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, I eat protein. I have eggs for breakfast and meat for dinner. Shouldn't that be enough? Let's break down why that might not be the case, and why your body might need a lot more protein than you think. Why protein matters more as you age. Here's something no one tells you. Even if you eat the same amount of protein you did when you were younger, your body doesn't use it as efficiently anymore. Why? Because after 60, your body goes through something called anabolic resistance. Sounds complicated, right? But here's what it really means. Your body stops using protein as efficiently to build and maintain muscle. So even if you're eating the same meals you always have, you might not be getting the muscle-building benefits you once did. Think about it this way. At age 40, a breakfast of eggs and toast helped fuel your muscles after a morning walk. But at age 70, that same breakfast might not be enough to prevent muscle loss. And that's a big problem because muscle isn't just about looking strong. It's about protecting your bones from fractures, maintaining your balance to prevent dangerous falls, keeping your metabolism and blood sugar in check, allowing you to live independently without relying on a walker or wheelchair. But don't just take my word for it, let's talk science. A major study from Wake Forest University found that older adults who ate more than 1 gram of protein per kilogram of body weight per day not only maintained more muscle, but they also saw improvements in bone density. That's a double win, stronger muscles and stronger bones. Another 6-month clinical trial showed that seniors on a higher protein diet not only maintained their muscle mass, but also lost body fat. And get this, the group who ate less protein, they lost both fat and muscle, which is dangerous because once you lose muscle, it's much harder to regain. So ask yourself this, how much protein are you actually eating each day? Because studies show that up to 60% of adults over 60 don't get enough protein to maintain muscle health. That's more than half of seniors walking around with a major nutrient gap that could be silently making them weaker. So now let's answer the big question. How much protein do you actually need? Most people assume they're getting enough. I eat a piece of chicken at dinner and some eggs in the morning. Shouldn't that be enough? But here's the real truth. As you age, you actually need more protein, not less. Here's what experts now recommend. Ages 50-65. 1.0 to 1.2 g of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Ages 65 plus. 1.2 to 1.5 g of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. So let's break that down. If you weigh around 70 kilograms, 154 pounds, You need between 84 105 grams of protein per day, just to maintain muscle, not build it. And here's the kicker. You can't get it all in one meal. Your body doesn't absorb protein efficiently when you overload it in one sitting. That means that big chicken breast at dinner, it might not be doing as much for you as you think, especially if you ate very little protein earlier in the day. How to get more protein without overeating. Here's the key. Spread your protein intake throughout the day. Think of it like watering a plant. You wouldn't dump the entire jug of water at once and walk away. Instead, try this. Breakfast, 2 eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie. Lunch, lean chicken, tofu, tuna, or lentils in a salad or grain bowl. Afternoon snack, cottage cheese, roasted chickpeas, or a high-protein bar. Dinner, salmon, beans, or cottage cheese to reach your daily. And if you're not getting enough protein through food alone, protein shakes can help fill the gap, especially if you're recovering from an illness or injury. But here's where it gets even better. Protein works even better when combined with strength training. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who did resistance training twice a week while increasing their protein intake saw 40% greater muscle retention compared to those who just ate protein alone. That's huge. Final thoughts, your strength depends on what you do next. Muscle loss after 60 isn't just an idea. It's a real threat to your independence. But the good news, it's one of the most preventable problems if you start now. And the best part, you don't need a gym membership. You don't need a complicated diet. You just need to get enough protein every single day. The best time to eat protein for maximum muscle retention. Now that you know how much protein you need, there's one more thing to consider: timing. Research suggests that spreading protein evenly throughout the day is far more effective than eating most of it at dinner. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that older adults who consumed at least 25-30 grams of protein per meal had better muscle retention and function than those who ate the bulk of their protein in one sitting. This means that starting your day with a protein-rich breakfast, like eggs, Greek yogurt, or a protein smoothie, can set the stage for muscle maintenance and growth. Pairing protein with some light resistance exercises in the morning, such as bodyweight squats or resistance band exercises, can further boost muscle synthesis and keep you stronger for longer. The truth about protein supplements: do you really need them? Many seniors wonder if protein powders or supplements are necessary. The truth, if you're consistently getting enough high-quality protein from whole foods, you likely don't need supplements. However, for those struggling to eat enough due to reduced appetite, dental issues, or illness, a high-quality whey or plant-based protein shake can be an excellent way to reach your daily target. Look for one that's low in sugar and contains at least 20 grams of protein per serving. Remember, protein isn't just for bodybuilders. It's the key to staying independent, mobile, and strong well into your later years. In our next video, we'll reveal the top 5 high-impact protein sources for seniors, including one plant-based food that works just as well as meat. You might already have it in your kitchen. Click now, because your strength depends on what you do next. That works just as well as meat. You might already have it in your kitchen. Click now, because your strength depends on what you do next.